Hello, welcome to Coach B's studio. Just an update. Today is Sunday, January 5th, 2025, and we're in the middle of a winter storm. A lot of freezing rain today. Expecting snow accumulation, and it's about 27 degrees Fahrenheit. But I like to give the background there, and that will be relevant in some of our later videos, particularly when we study microenvironments, macroenvironments, and Uri Bronfenbrenner. Today, we're going to take a look at exploring the metaphorical power of nature and some associated literary works that I often use. So, I want to start by talking about how natural it is for me to launch into the metaphor spontaneously, and how I become passionate about the metaphor and the power of metaphor. For me, I find that it explains so much. When I find a pattern in nature and in us that seem to align, it seems to help me accept myself and others better. That's one way I use it. So I don't see nature as just a backdrop, but this is important. To me, it's a mirror, a guide, and even a storyteller in its own right. And so I hope to inspire some of you to see that, where we can say we see it this way. So, from the quiet wisdom of forest to the steadfast flows of rivers, nature holds lessons that reflect our emotions, relationships, and personal growth. And literature, well, it has captured those lessons in stories, poems, and reflections for centuries. So let's explore 7 key approaches to understanding nature's metaphorical power, paired with timeless literary works that bring these lessons to life. One of the first ones that we'll look at is called Transcendentalism. It's nature as a mirror of the soul. And transcendentalists, particularly those like Ralph Waldo Emerson and Henry David Thoreau, taught us that nature is not just something we observe, it's something we experience. Forests become places of solitude and self-discovery. Rivers symbolize the flow of time and change, while mountains stand tall as metaphors for challenges and achievement. Some key works that we might explore are Nature by Ralph Waldo Emerson and Walden by Henry David Thoreau. In our studio, in our reflections, we'll use the forest as a metaphor for retreat and clarity, and the river to discuss embracing change. The second area that we might identify with is Romanticism. Nature as a source of emotion and imagination. And here you might envision blooming flowers, changing seasons, and gentle storms. The romantic poets like William Wordsworth and John Keats saw nature as a canvas for human emotion. Flowers symbolize growth and fragility. Storms reflect emotional upheaval, and the changing seasons remind us of life's natural cycles. And here we might explore works like some lines composed a few miles above Tintern Abbey by William Wordsworth, or To Autumn by John Keats. In our application, we'll explore how seasons mirror our emotional well-being and how flowers can represent our personal journeys of growth and renewal. Number 3, symbolism in mythology. Nature as a storyteller. Now here we might also envision rivers, ancient trees, and roaring fires, for instance. Across cultural mythologies, nature has been a powerful storyteller. Rivers symbolize transformation, trees represent rootedness and connection, and fire carries themes of destruction and even renewal. Some beautiful works that I'm more or less allude to and will be reviewing here is the Odyssey by Homer and Metamorphosis by Ovid. We'll use the river to discuss personal transformation and the tree to symbolize emotional resilience and grounding. A fourth area, this is one that's very interesting, ecopsychology. Nature is a healing space. And you might envision someone walking in a forest, journaling near a lake, and meditating outdoors. Ecopsychology teaches us that nature isn't just a metaphor, it's a partner in healing. Ecosystems reflect our relationships. Natural rhythms represent emotional balance, and wilderness becomes a metaphor for our unexplored inner selves. The key works that we might explore: The Nature Fix by Florence Williams and Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. Here's a big thing that I try to use. We'll practice guided visualizations rooted in nature's rhythms and explore wilderness as a symbol for inner discovery. The fifth area is both allegory and metaphor in fiction. Nature as a narrative tool. So here again, you might envision in not just forest, but enchanted forest, roaring oceans, and lush gardens. In fiction, nature becomes a living metaphor. Gardens symbolize emotional growth. Storms represents chaos and clarity, and oceans reflect deep emotions in the subconscious mind. Some key works that we'll explore: The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett and The Life of Pi by Jan Martel. We'll use gardens as metaphors for nurturing self-care and oceans to explore hidden emotions. Number 6, the hive mind, bees as a metaphor for community and cooperation. So envision bees buzzing around, full of life, particularly in the early spring, honeycombs and the golden honey flowing. Bees are not just fascinating creatures, they're powerful symbols of community, productivity, and interconnectedness. The hive represents collective effort, and honey symbolizes the sweet rewards of persistence and patience. Key works are The Beekeeper of Aleppo by Christy Lefteri and The Life of the Bee by Maurice Maeterlinck. And in our work, we'll use the hive to discuss teamwork and resilience, and honey as a metaphor for emotional rewards after hard work. And then finally, the 7th area is nature in poetry, the emotional and spiritual resonance. So envision moonlight skies, soft rain, birds in flight. Poets have long turned to nature to express deep emotions. The moon reflects renewal, rain symbolizes cleansing and rebirth, and birds represent freedom and hope. The key works that we might explore: The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost and Hope is the Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickinson. Application for us: we'll use poetry as prompts for reflective journaling and explore rain as a metaphor for emotional cleansing. So at Coach B's studio, we'll integrate these metaphors through storytelling sessions, nature-inspired journaling prompts, and guided visualizations. Each video will be a journey, one rooted in the timeless wisdom of nature and the stories we tell about it. So take a moment and meditate. Create this image, if you can, in your mind. A calm outdoor setting with sunlight streaming through the trees. So whether it's the quiet wisdom of a forest, the gentle rhythm of a river, or the dedicated work of a bee, nature has a story to tell, and so do you. Thank you for joining me today. And if you're ready to grow, reflect, and discover the power of these metaphors in your own life, make sure to subscribe and join me for the next session. Until then, take a deep breath, step outside, and let nature speak to you. Coach B Studio. Grow, connect, and thrive, one story at a time.